general public has not yet heard of this refugee camp in the no man's land between Jordan and Iraq. No one has ever filmed here. For 3 months, Palestinians expelled from Iraq have been living here. They were allowed to live in Iraq by Saddam Hussein, sufficient grounds now for expulsion and lynch mob justice. The Iraqi border crossing in the east, and behind this tent, to the west, the border with Jordan. In the desert, it is so hot, even at night, that many refugees sleep in the open. Refugees gather here to wash. There is quite literally nothing left in the tank. Palestinian Abu Nawaf comes from Haifa and was expelled from there during the Arab-Israeli War in 1948. He fled to Iraq and managed to forge a successful career as a writer. He has, not unusually amongst Muslims, 2 wives, 5 sons and a daughter. His second wife is 7 months pregnant. The remaining members of his large family are scattered across camps in Jordan and Baghdad. Refugee Nawaf grants these cats asylum in his tent.
Now the situation in Iraq is very serious. You know, there is no order. One cat may be killed in the street. Everything is in Iraq now. It's different from the days before. Everything is in chaos. Something tragic is happening in Iraq. For myself, I cannot go back to Iraq because my life is in danger.
Why is your life in danger?
Anyone can give 100 pounds or dollars to another killer to kill me, because some of them are very extremists, and because I am a Palestinian, they will say he's Palestinian, he was in the support of the Saddam regime, and so we must get rid of him.
We arranged to visit Nawaf's sons in Baghdad the next day in order to build up a picture of the situation for Palestinians in Iraq. Nawaf gave us a letter to give to his sons. New refugees arrive at the camp and have to be fed. The water bottles are wrapped in wet sacking. The evaporation takes the heat, cooling the contents. For 3 months, the camp's inmates have consumed nothing but corned beef and tinned beans. Finally dusk after a hot day. In the tent they are celebrating Al-Namzawi, the Austrian, who had come finally to document their situation on camera. They have pinned a lot of hope on these pictures, probably too much. We are travelling on the motorway towards Baghdad. 550 kilometres of desert with a village and 2 petrol stations. We stop at the first just in case. 2.5 hours long wait. The fact that the man at the petrol pump is calmly smoking a cigarette doesn't bode well. He informs us that there is no petrol. Here, even intensive praying does not help. We drive like many others off the motorway to look further for a petrol station. Maybe Allah heard the prayers. In any case, we found an antiquated pump and filled all our jerry cans. With 100 litres in the tank, canisters and bottles, we drive on for 15 hours to Baghdad. At first sight, the town does not appear as destroyed as the usual television pictures would lead you to believe. There is no electricity. The air is getting found on the mountains. Water, which doesn't reach any of the houses, floods the streets with bullet-ridden water pipes. We visit Nawaf's son's house, Khalid Nawaf, who studied management and is currently a cook. He plays with his children in the room. They are not allowed to play in the street, too dangerous.
I hope to leave this country because there isn't any safe. Especially we are Palestinians. Then we are in risk case.
And where will you go?
In any country. To live in any country, to live in safe. Especially Palestine. I want to see Palestine.
The brothers run a snack bar on the corner. The neighbours like them, and so far, nothing of incident has happened. The existence of 20 family members depends on the little shop. The menu is modest. There are only 2 dishes, both cooked fresh. Today, falafel is being prepared. The chickpea balls are popular in England too. Only here they cost 50 cents each. For the price of one at home, we could buy a whole sackful in Iraq. They are cooked with propane gas, which is also slowly becoming scarce. It takes about an hour until the falafel are ready. And always present, the Palestinian conflict.
My grandfather came to Baghdad, then to Syria. My father, when he grew, go to Syria, then to Kuwait, then to Egypt, then to Libya. I'm his big son. I was born in Baghdad. My brother born in Kuwait. My brother born in Syria. And I have another born in Kuwait and Syria, and cocktail from Arabian countries.
Khalid drives us to the Palestinian district in the middle of Baghdad.
This is more than 6,000 Palestinian family here lives in these houses. And behind these houses there is a camp. This camp, there is many Palestinian family in it.
Khalid shows us a banner on the camp wall. Already someone has been shot. This time a doctor was hit.
Write that accident by shooting, accident, shooting by someone.
Behind this wall on one of Baghdad's sports grounds, the UNHCR has set up a camp for those fleeing their own country. Khalid takes us to his friend Akram Asaf. With his whole family, he has found refuge in this tent. His fate is typical of Palestinians in post-war Iraq.
أنا صار لي 37 سنة قاعد بالبيت من سقط النظام أجى بالبيت
I have lived here
طلعني
in Baghdad for
ورجعت إلى
37 years.
المخيم
Our
بنادي
landlord
حيفا
came suddenly and told me, go
وبتمنى من
together
الله
with your family
أن
and
أرجع على
leave my
فلسطين
house.
لأنه هون
Why?
هنا
I
أول
don't
شيء
know.
حرارة صعبة
We are
ثاني
suffering
شيء أمان
here.
ماكو بالبلد
And because we cannot
نتمنى
work,
من الله أن نرجع على فلسطين
there is too much
وبلا
sorrow
شغل
for
صار
my
لنا
wife
6
and
أشهر
son.
قاعدين
In the night, we
أنا
always
صعب
hear
حيل.
shooting. Akram has come out of things relatively well, as the visit to the next tent shows. This woman gave birth 5 days ago. Her husband disappeared without a trace during the war. A Palestinian life often begins in a camp and often ends in a camp. The Palestinians have a joke about this. What does God do when a Palestinian goes to heaven? He immediately sets up camp. Khalid meets Mahmoud al-Shaya, who has a big problem, a lot of money. $136,000, which he earned as a cruise oil chemist in Kuwait, and has deposited.
I have my money in the Jordan, in the bank of the Jordan. The name of the bank Arabic bank, in center in Amman. Jordan government cannot enter me to the Jordan to take my money because I have Egyptian travel ticket. Jordan government cannot enter anybody have this travel Egyptian document because this is the law.
Before we travel back, new letters are written. They are for the family members in the desert camps. We quickly stock up on petrol from the Black Marketeer. At 10 times the normal price, the petrol station keeps us dry. The only ones who seem to have no problem getting petrol are the Americans, who we repeatedly meet on the motorway. Maybe this is why they don't like it when they're filmed. Once again, we have to stop at a petrol station. People gather full of hope at the petrol pump. Unfortunately, it is no use. It is not empty but broken. The repairman makes a start. We are also doing repairs. Our cooling system has sprung a leak. We patch it up with a t-shirt and an old car tire. After all the repairs are successfully completed, we see vigorous trading in American oil at the station shop. However, it is salad oil. Finally, after a sweat-soaked drive through the desert, we reach Abu Nawaf and his cats again. On the camcorder, we show him and his second wife the recordings of his son in Baghdad.
I am happy and sad at the same time. Happy to see my son. Sad to be far away from him and his wife, children. Yeah. But this is life.
The last stop in our virtual family reunion, Al Rashid, the refugee camp inside Jordan, where Nawaf's first wife, his daughter, and one of his sons live. Here too, filming and photography is strictly forbidden. The son, Walid Nawaf, first reads out the letters we have brought with us.
نلتقي سواء في الرويشد أو في أي مكان آخر في العالم. إننا مشتاقون جدا جدا. أرجو أن نلتقي بكم. أتمنى أن تكونوا جميعا بصحة جيدة.
And naturally, we show them all the videos from Baghdad.
مش فيهم تقوليش تعيطي شو فيهم جمعني مع أولادي ومش بغداد.
I would like to live together with my children. It doesn't matter where. We want to live in peace. That is the only thing we want from God. I swear, it doesn't matter where God sends us. We will go, but never back to Iraq.
بس مش في العراق.
We are
أنا ما
afraid
بتمنى
because
إن
their
أرجع العراق
Palestinians are
نهائياً.
persecuted.
ولا بتمنى واحد من أولادي يضل بالعراق.
While on the one hand dreaming of leaving, on the other they are adapting to the unavoidable. This refugee is counting on a long stay. As a precaution, she has started a kitchen garden.